Hey, how you doing, YouTube? Now, this is an update on the turtle tank. Water's looking nice and clear again. Threw some living things in there, plant-wise, and the turtles are really digging it. The sorted map turtles got August in 2015, and they're all doing really awesome. There was two Mississippi map turtles. One was supposed to be a yearling, one was a hatchling, and an Ochita map. Western painted turtle had a few months before them. I bought it at a local pet store. He was actually really sick. He had a respiratory infection. Had to get him to the vet right out of the store, pretty much. And after giving him shots for a couple of weeks, he came through good. He's like the gentle giant. And a few months later, we go to these little guys. That's Spike, black knob northern sawback turtle. This is a type of map turtle too. And this guy over here, or a girl, I'm not sure yet. He's probably coming up on a year old. He's already grown pretty large. I'd say his shell's probably 3 inches. Hoping it's not a female, but it probably is. Now, oddly enough, he was supposed to be a Mississippi map hatchling, but it looks like he's an Ochita map, or Sabine map. You can see by the rounded mark. That's the Mississippi map. See those sharp markings around the behind the eye, a little more linear. And on the Ochita, it's more of a round blotch. Now, this guy was one of the Ochita maps, or a Sabine map. And he's littler, he's a smaller guy for sure. Spiked northern sawback, he'll always be the smallest. That's the smallest species in the map family. But Wes was always really cool with them. He was still, 4 inches, 5-inch shell length. He may be close to full grown. And he was really cool with all the hatchlings. You got Spike and the Ochita map, whose name is Ouchie, or Ochi. And Mappy was supposed to be a Mississippi map, but apparently it looks a hell of a lot like an Ochita map. So it turns out only the yearling, who I guess in August will be 2 years, is the only real Mississippi map. Which is okay, I don't mind they mess the order up. They're all really healthy and happy. And he's biting on some cuttlebone back there. Again, you see those markings, that's typical Mississippi. They have round pupils, which gives them a really animated look. Unlike, he's got the bars, horizontal bars going in his eyes, where he's just got big circles like a cartoon. Now, it's pretty cool. I discovered getting some live plants in with these guys is tough because, well, they eat and they love eating vegetation and lettuce. But I discovered wanted to get some of the cloudiness gone. And I notice if you see up here, there's lots of live algae growing in the plants. And the turtles love grazing on that, especially the little Ochita map. But they all like grazing on the algae. And then I saw the sphagnum moss. And this stuff sticks everywhere. It kind of makes everything look more alive. Looks like a pond in here. And they don't really eat that, which is cool. Oxygenates the water, cleans out nitrogen, gets rid of gases in a really natural way. And you can see it's all over the place down here. And they love swimming through. And banana plants is a plant they do not like the taste of, which is very fortunate for them. And these are my new nitrogen cleaners of the tank. So every time they take a crap and nitrogen goes into the water, they're feeding the plants. And see, Wes is checking out another banana plant who decided to float around a bit because it's doing well. And yeah, they smell it, and you know, they definitely, you know, actually this one down here, it was one that they, I guess was the one that they wanted to test to see if they would eat. And they didn't dig it at all. So anytime they get near them, they smell it, but then they move away quick, like they definitely didn't enjoy it. But they're really nice to accent the tank too. You know, there's moss floating around. Makes it look like a pond for sure. There's a little Spike. Yes, it's not their pellet day. They get their pellets every other day. Keep them healthy, not too much protein. Wes is looking good. This is a jaguar cichlid. There were a lot of, it was really pretty. I had like nice community fishing here when these guys were smaller. And Wes didn't seem interested in eating them, but there was like Serpe tetras and tiger barbs and a lot of little guys like that. Then one day, after a few months, for no particular reason, Wes here decided he wanted to start eating fish. And then they all started eating fish, and well, all those fish pretty much were gone within a day. So I figured get a cichlid, something really quick. You know, 2 jaguar cichlids, but this guy killed the other one. He pretty much will kill any fish to put in there. So it's just him now. Or her. We call her Jaws. And she follows the turtles around and picks up scraps, sticks, and she actually eats sticks right out of your hand. She's she thinks she's a turtle. She chases them, pecks at them. They just knock her around. They don't really seem to care that she does anything. But yeah, she likes knocking around with them. There he is with his cuddle bone again here. Let's see. They really work on that sometimes. That's the Mississippi map. Oh no. No, that's the one that was supposed to be Mississippi map. But yeah, look at that head marking. It's very rounded, like, you know, Sabine map or an Alchina map. Again, the Mississippi map is much sharper. You know, unless, you know, that's Tank, the Mississippi. You can see those lines. Now Mappy, they're much more rounded. Unless in another year they get more linear. I mean, it could be. I've never had hatchling map turtles. As Big Wes is getting ready to shed a couple scutes of that shell. He's got a crush on a couple of them. Now that they're getting a little bigger. It's really cute. Yeah, they're all very gentle with each other. They all do the nail thing and shake their claws at each other. And Spike, he bites them all in the face, but really, he's got such a small mouth. He's really gentle about it. It's really cute. But yeah, all this algae, they love to graze on that. And the light up here, I got a UVB10. You know, and it promotes more blue, and it's great for the algae growth. And they say it doesn't penetrate, UV doesn't penetrate much water to begin with, but the UV10 probably gets down a little bit more than a 5 would. And a lot of times they'll hang out on top of that plant right underneath the light. So I know they're definitely getting some UVs. I mean, plus we got the sun coming in the window up there. And well, let me tell you a little about the filter. Is a Fluval canister, 406, a 55-gallon tank. Fluval 406, that thing works great. It's really convenient. And it puts out a lot of water. Before I have it set up, I actually have it set up backwards, so the water flows out this side on the top, and it really loves swimming against the current there. They love deep water. They love the current. They live in rivers. So even as hatchlings, they can deal with really deep water. At least this, I mean most species, but definitely this species. All these map turtles are really great swimmers. And they pretty much live their whole lives here, I'm guessing, except for the first couple months. Alright, again, it's a typical Mississippi. Sharp lines. Spike, he's got a whole different thing going on. But you can see he's a rut next to the yearling. Actually, next to everybody. But they're little buddies. Those live banana plants look really cool. Filtering a tank for me. Some petrified wood in there. All these pebbles are too big to fit in their mouths, which is definitely something to be concerned about. You don't want them eating them and becoming impacted and dying. There's more floating banana plants up there. A log. Nothing they can get trapped in, of course. And a moss ball down there. I pull back, and at the top, it's like the idea of filling a tank up to maximize their swimming room. And actually, I've invented an idea like this probably 25 years ago, and now they actually sell it. You know, I really should have patented this turtle topper idea, because I built something out of wooden screen and clamps that used to have a big turtle tank like this in an older place. Now right now it doesn't look aesthetically beautiful. I've got the UVA light, the UVB light. There's plenty of heat up there. But I have a shirt covering the actual turtle topper just to give them a little privacy. And it you get a little piece from the cat, or the cats that like to come up here and visit, sit on top of the thing. So it's like totally enclosed with a thick t-shirt or two. But it looks really nice when the shirt is down, but I'm not going to uncover the whole thing. But the turtle top is really cool. This is conceptual. It's exactly what I built a long time ago, because I grew up watching turtles in lakes, and I know they can swim like crazy, and they love deep water, and they swim like maniacs in it. So they can live in a tank, a lake. They can certainly live in a filled up fish tank, but they do have to get completely out of the water. So I built this wooden contraption that hung off the top, just like this does. It sits on top. They have a nice plastic. I used a screen because I didn't have a plastic factory in my living room. And it has a ramp. You can scoot right up. You can see even algae is growing on there. And the little Chinamap sits on there and grazes out the algae. It's actually pretty thick. And there's a lot of sphagnum moss and stuff mixed in with the real plants and the fake plants, and it all goes pretty cool together. More petrified wood down there. And who's up there? Oh yes, as Wes has decided to take some basking. I even have a heating pad up here. And you see, you're not supposed to use those around water, but their nails can't remotely penetrate that. It's really covered with plastic well. And when they want to heat up a little bit, around the cooler winter times, they can sit on there if they like. It keeps the whole thing a little warmer. But he's getting blasted with UVA and UVB up there. See his shell glowing a little bit. Let's blow him up. Yeah, plastic is, that's a little dirty. I guess the cleanest turtle topper window. But there's the Weston painted. Taking some basking time. I'm going to put this shirt back down. Let him hang out. And eventually, I mean, when they get big, if any of them end up being females, they'll get significantly larger. Wes is a male, so he's not going to get that huge. But eventually they'll have to move out of the 55 and I guess put them in a 110 or something. Right now they got a lot of room. And space isn't here for a 110 gallon. But when you maximize the tank and you fill the whole thing up with water, there's guys I see online that have a 110 gallon tank and it's only filled halfway with water. So they literally have the same amount of water as this, and the rest of it is wasted space. A pile of rocks or, you know, something, you know, floating up top for them to get out on, which they really don't get quite as dry. The docking station, these turtle toppers are really cool. But yeah, I wish I'd patented that 25 years ago. This was, I think, a wooden version of this. But that's pretty slick. Now, I had to build that years ago because it didn't exist. This time I looked around online and came across it, and it's like, alright, well, cool, I don't have to build something. And it looks nice and produced. And I went and followed up because I got a little pissed I didn't patent it. And the guy who actually did patent this, his family owns a pet supply product company, so for him to bring that to production was not a big deal. But this is the turtle tank now, and everybody's doing really well. Everybody's doing really healthy. Turtle Sauce was a cool company. Yeah, see, now there's that rounded marking again. I may be wrong. Maybe it'll get more linear and start to look like a Mississippi map. But this was in a container that said Mississippi map hatchling. And that don't look like no Mississippi to me. It looks like a little bigger version of the other Ochita map. I just heard you can call them Sabine maps also. Really cool little guys though. They do a lot of exploring. They're always busy, always digging in the rocks. And of course this little Spike again. He's just really a character. He swims all over the place all the time. He doesn't dig in the rocks as much, but he definitely scavenges and hunts the bottom. These guys will really dig in. Their butts will be sticking up in the air and they'll do that for long periods of time. So yeah, turtles don't eat banana plants. So if you want to throw a plant in your turtle tank, help clean it up a little. Banana plants definitely seem to work, at least with these guys. And whatever tank you have, fill that damn thing up. If your species can deal with deep water, let them swim. Now it looks like you're really crowded with plants in here. You know, my wife is like, you got too many plants in there, but they really do love the plants in there. the whole front end is wide open so they can swim back and forth. But they really love digging through the plants, ripping through them, hunting through them, you know, hanging out on top of them. You watch turtles in a lake, well, you know, that's pretty much what they hang around. If they're near open water, it's always because there's cover nearby. There's a little Ochita map. Actually, I didn't know how to pronounce that. It's like Ochita. That's, I guess, how a New Yorker would say it, never having heard of that river in, I guess, Wisconsin. But I went online and found something from Wisconsin about state parks, and they mentioned the Ouachita River. So that's how you pronounce that name. And then I also learned to call Sabian maps. There's a jaguar cichlid. Yeah, he's a killer. Spike. Those shells are just too cool. But yeah, they have much smaller mouths than the other map turtles. These males, you know, even the females don't get as big as the others, but the males stay really small. Can hit, you know, 4 inches, 5 tops. So these guys are really cool. So, I don't know, hopefully I'll be able to sex these guys. I'm thinking right now Mappy may be a female, and Tank, the Mississippi, might be a female. But it is definitely too soon to tell. But they're very happy, very healthy. Water's nice and clear. And that's pretty much the layout. Make sure you got all the right lights. There's a beta tank down here, Siamese fighter. His name is Hendrix. And he's in the top of the log there. Alright, he's coming out. There's some banana plants in here too. He's rising. Really pretty. And that's Hendrix. He's got the place to himself. He's got a lot of purples and blues, and depending on how light hits him, and he gets all psychedelic looking. Hence the name Hendrix. And up here is Turtle Lake. So yeah, try to grow some natural algae. Your plants. Turtles love it. It's really healthy for them. Well, sphagnum moss really helps oxygenate, and again clears nitrogen out of the water naturally like any plant would. And all that turtle crap becomes plant food. So you got a little ecosystem going on. Those roots taking nutrients out of the water again, all good stuff. And these map turtles, extra oxygen in the water is good anyway, from what I have read. Of course, you know, give them good food. We got Reptimin and what was another? I use Missouri. And it was supplements. They get some shrimp, and when the weather turns good, they get worms, minnows every so often. But not too much of anything. Protein at most every other day. They get romaine and green lettuce. That they get all the time. They can graze on that all they want. There's not a protein problem with that. So their shells won't grow malformed. These guys, their shells look really healthy. after a year. So the UVA and the UVB, they're developing really healthy shells. I just started giving them Cuddle Bone about a week ago, but they're digging it. Took them a little to get used to, but now that it's been floating around in there a couple of days, they've been really working at it. And there's little Petey. Come here, buddy. This was a little stray kitten. Feed some stray cats. And he's one that became part of the family. Alright, so people, that's the turtle tank as of right now. March 26th, 2016. Go out, turtle topper, awesome thing. I mean, I really have a fixture for the light up here, but I like getting it from the side as well. But they do have a vent on top, and I like having the other UVB up there. Putting a light here, you can take the turtle top and kind of block light out, so put it to the side, add some more of the UVA getting down into the water too, the plants and the algae. But that's the layout. Yeah, from back here the turtles look so small, but they're getting pretty big. Spike shell. I always underestimate things. He wasn't 3 inches. He was like 2 inches and a quarter, 2.5 inches. But he was really small as a hatchling. In August he'll be a year, probably a little over a year old. But he was like definitely quarter sized. He was really small. And this guy too, one of these cheetah maps grew really big. The one that was mismarked as a Mississippi map. He's almost caught up to the yearling, which in August will be 2 years old. And now the little cheetah map, he stayed pretty small, but he's still growing faster than the black-knobbed sawback. That's what I'm guessing is the other male. He grazes in here a lot. You can see his little teeth marks. You can see the little teeth marks. His beak marks. But where he scrapes the algae away. All those bare spots are him sitting there grazing. It's really cute. I'll capture it one day or pick up the phone and videotape it. Those banana plants I just let float around. I guess eventually they'll take root and grab a hold somewhere. Let's see where they naturally land. Hanging out. Yeah, they really like the water too. The plants you can chill out in it, and kind of gives them stuff to climb through and explore. I'm sure there'll be a point where they start getting larger. I'll take some out and make room, but really they got plenty of room, and they really do seem to enjoy digging through them and exploring through them. Keeps their minds busy. I don't mind the cluttered look. My wife thinks it's a little too much. I don't know. What do you think? Too much? Well, they do have a really wide strip to swim. There's nothing obstructing their swimming against the entire front, for sure. And they could do the same thing along the back. But most of the time, they really do like sitting in the freaking plants. It's just like in a lake. It feels safe. And this killer, I'm sure, One day I'll have some funny videos of him trying to bite at the turtles, and the turtles tormenting him like they do sometimes now. They just kind of ignore him and kick him in the face, and fish doesn't get much respect from them. But these guys outlived the dinosaurs, so turtles are pretty awesome creatures for sure. Very ancient. Not a lot of animals can claim that. And there's a tank. So yeah, fill up your tank, get a turtle topper, or build something like that, and let your turtles enjoy more swimming room, and it just looks cooler. But it's really for the turtles. Yeah, well, feel free to leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you.